If you have a critical illness or pass away, who is going to run your business? If you don't have a plan for this scenario, you're exposing your business and your family to significant financial risk. I'm Mike Fiffick, the managing partner of Fiffick Law Group, and I represent thousands of business owners, just like you, NAPA store owners in particular, with a wide variety of business matters, whether it's answering quick questions or helping them with more complex questions like complex lease negotiations, employment-related matters, or succession planning. This video is the first in a two-part series where we'll be talking about estate planning for NAPA store owners in particular. This first video will focus on having a continuity plan for your business. And the second part of the video will talk about an estate plan and how important it is to have that estate plan for your family as it relates to a small business owner. So if you're involved in a sudden illness or a serious accident or maybe even pass away, this is a scenario that could prove disastrous for your business and lead it into a rapid decline, because typically there's nobody that is ready or designated to run the day-to-day operations of your business. Your business could lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in value while your family tries to pick up the pieces in the event that the worst happens for you. This is what happened to a small business owner who passed away here earlier this spring. His name was Bill, and he owned a small plumbing business. While he was a great business person and a good family man, Bill had one fault. He was a procrastinator. And Bill wasn't necessarily in the best of health, and he had a couple of health scares in the years leading up to his untimely passing. I had discussed his estate plan with him on many occasions, and he assured me that he had a plan in place for the continuity of his business. I had asked him to show it to me, and he assured me that he would provide it to me, but he never did. Only after he passed away did I finally realize that he did not have a continuity plan for his business. The ensuing weeks and months of grieving by his friends and his family were constantly interrupted with concerns and calls from customers, from employees, and from vendors who needed attention. And it was an immense amount of work for his family to pull his business together. Fortunately, friends and colleagues did step in to help, but in the end, the estate received only a fraction of what the business was really worth. And although Bill had taken care of his family, his estate lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in value whenever it sold the business because of what happened as a result of a continuity plan, something that's very easy for you to put in place if you put your mind to it. Bill would have never wanted things to turn out that way, and I'm sure that you don't either. So most small businesses share a common trait. They rely on one person, typically you, to run the business at peak efficiency. Other than your home, your business is probably the most valuable asset that you own. You and your family rely upon it for short-term income and long-term equity. So it's critically important that you preserve its value. One very simple way for you to preserve its value is by creating a continuity plan for your business. That plan needs to answer three simple questions: who, what, and how. The who, obviously, is who is going to be the person who runs your business whenever you're not available, either for the short term or the long term. That someone needs to be a person that you trust, who has the know-how to run your business, and perhaps most importantly, can make decisions. It's going to be important for you to identify someone who is unambiguously in charge of your business. It's important for your employees to know who's in charge, and it's important for your business partners to know who's in charge. And business partners would include banks and NAPA and other vendors who work with your business who need somebody that they can rely upon to make decisions and who has authority to run the business. So the first action step in your continuity plan would be to create a business power of attorney. In that power of attorney, you can identify this person who will take over in the event you're unavailable. If you're fortunate enough to have a second person in mind, you can also name a backup person. And you'll also identify the powers that your designee will have to run your business, and you can also include limitations on their ability to run your business, or perhaps they might need some ratification of things and decisions that they make by certain members of your family. So it's a very important document for you to have for your business. The second question that your continuity plan needs to answer is what? What are the essential nitty-gritty bits of information that your designee needs to know in order to run your business? And usually this is information that only you know. Examples would include usernames and passwords to your bank accounts, your website, bookkeeping software, ordering software, those types of things, necessary components of your business that typically you reserve just for yourself from a security standpoint. They'll certainly need to know where the checkbook is, where your credit cards are. They'll need to know banking information. And in particular, they're going to need to know the identity of key contacts that you use to run your business. What are their names? Who do they work for? What do you call them about? What do they take care of for you? What are their phone numbers? What are their email addresses? That type of information. So part 2 of your action plan is to write this stuff down. Make it available for your designee. Perhaps put it in a shareable electronic file that only you and your designee have access to. You might even consider using Business Password Keeper software for some of this information, so that if you are unavailable because of a sudden illness or an accident, or you pass away, this designee has immediate access to this information so that your business can keep running uninterrupted. The third and final part of your continuity plan is to answer the how. You're probably the only person who knows how all aspects of your business operate. Most of your employees probably know only their respective roles and not much else. You're the only one who understands everybody's role and everybody's responsibilities and how they all work together to operate your business at peak efficiency. What are the processes and procedures that only you know? You need to pass that information along to your designee to help them avoid mistakes, to help them avoid having to get over what we all know as the learning curve. There's really no reason for them to have a learning curve to run your business. You should fill the gaps and flatten that learning curve so that they have all of the information available to them, all your know-how, that intangible information that only a business owner knows, that is so vital to continuing to run your business. So your third and final action step is, again, to write down those key processes and procedures that your designee needs to know. Prioritize training and spending time training your designee to help operate your business. Your business is one of your most valuable assets. It's important for you. It's important for your family. Having a continuity plan is a great way to protect the value of your NAPA store. That plan should identify who will run your store whenever you're not around. It will identify key bits of information, that information that your designee needs to know. And it will also have written down processes and procedures so that your designee knows how to run your NAPA store, and almost as well as you can if you're not available. I hope that you found this information helpful and that you'll tune in to part 2 of this video series. I'll be talking a little bit more about estate planning for your family, and in particular, we're going to talk about 5 no-will nightmares for you to avoid. I hope to be talking to you soon. Thank you.